Firefly animated series announced. Nathan Fillion says it's in advanced development. Well, how advanced? I don't know. Hey, will the animation look like this? Wow. Well, I doubt it. Firefly is coming back. Or is it? This time as an animated series. Nathan Fillion revealed at AwesomeCon that an animated Firefly series is in advanced development. And Deadline reports the project is already packaged with showrunners and a completed script. Well, okay, but anyway, Fillion made the announcement during a panel and live taping of his Once We Were Spacemen podcast alongside Alan Tudyk, Gina Torres, Jules State, Marina Baccarin, Sean Mayer, and Summer Glau. All are expected to reprise their roles. Adam Baldwin is also expected to return as the voice of Jane Cobb. Okay. The animated reboot is being developed through Fillion's production banner Collision 33 in partnership with 20th Television Animation, which controls the underlying rights. Well, so you gotta seal that deal. Yeah. Mark Guggenheim and Tara Butters. Hey, Butters. Hey, guys. Are attached as showrunners, and a script has been completed. Well, for the pilot, I imagine. So, yeah. Anyway, Joss Whedon, who created the original series, is not involved in the animated project. Boy, man, talk about super canceled, huh? Wow. Yeah. Man, it's like you don't know the bridges you've burnt until suddenly you turn around and they're all gone. Anyway, the proposed series is set between the original 2002 TV run and the 2005 film Serenity. The idea is to expand the universe while keeping continuity with the established story. All right. There you go. Concept art exists, and the package is heading to buyers. You want to buy that package? Early concept art has been developed in collaboration with Shadow Machine, the Oscar and Emmy-winning animation studio. Holy crap, well then maybe the art would look like this. Now that would be pretty awesome, Anyway, the fully assembled package is expected to be taken out to buyers shortly. So there's the message he did. And what's he talking about? Firefly. So, Fillion told Deadline, the dedication of Firefly fans has kept the 25-year-old show relevant. Clearly, the return of Firefly is something the fans want. More importantly, it's something they deserve. The news follows a week-long social media campaign featuring Fillion and castmates, with the videos pulling millions of views and pushing Firefly back into the trending conversation. Firefly premiered in 2002 and only lasted one season, but it became a rare case where the afterlife turned bigger than the original run. Fans kept it alive through DVD sales, streaming, conventions, and constant demand for more. Set in the year 2517, this series followed the renegade crew of Serenity, a transport ship scraping by on the edges of a powerful central government. Nathan Fillion played Captain Malcolm Mal Reynolds, a former war fighter turned captain who kept his crew working jobs and staying ahead of trouble. The story continued with the 2005 feature film Serenity, which brought back the cast and served as the franchise's big screen follow-up. The late Ron Glass also starred in the series and film as Shepard Darrell Book. Now the franchise is positioned to fill in that gap between the show and the movie with the original cast. Expected to return. Well, it makes sense to animate it because, well, it's been a long time since they shot this picture, I never saw Firefly. I was very much aware of it and I'll get to it eventually. Then it was canceled. I did see the Serenity movie. I know, isn't that stupid? You didn't see the show, but the movie in and of itself wasn't bad. It was pretty good. Even though, it didn't have the meaning to me as it would for fans of the show. But it's interesting, it's kind of like what became of Star Trek after it got canceled. Eventually it becomes this movie series, and then they start a new one and all that. So, yeah, kind of, sort of, the same type thing here. Except, of course, Star Trek did the cartoon first, then they did the movie, and, but, whatever. It does have a very solid, very loyal fan base that really loves this show. And so there's a market there. So it's a little odd that it took this long. But, these things happen. However, I guess this wouldn't be a reboot. This would be a continuation. But the dusting off of an old IP or what have you, and it's old now. It's not as old as a lot of the others because it happened this century, but still, the dangers of what might become of it and what might be done to it is still there, and hopefully this is done. And the fact that it's kind of being championed and pushed, maybe that's a little more hopeful signs that it'll be handled, with care and not just like packages, although they do mention package a lot here, that it will be, captained, if you will, by people who are professional in it, have respect for it. And I'm thinking a lot of this involved are people who just love the show, and that can go a long way. But also people who just understand the medium and whatnot, rather than what you apparently have now with the likes of, Secret Hideout Trek and stuff like that. That's just a desecration of what the property once was. You don't want to see that. But we appear to be in the post-era of that era. So perhaps, just perhaps, Firefly really has a shot. Now, I'm sure a lot of people would have rathered a live-action reunion, which they could do, not for this story, I don't think, but who knows, if the cartoon takes off, then there might be an interest for another movie or something. So there you go. Now this is just, hey, we're pushing for this. So it's not quite, maybe they should do, I was going to say it's not quite crowdfunding, but maybe they should just go ahead and do that. To alleviate concerns of costs and whatnot, so that 20th century television will be like, yeah, all right, since you got the money already, we'll go ahead and put it on Hulu, So it's got a shot, and this is a bit more of a push than not. So not quite the announcement that it's on, we're on the way, get ready, it premieres, next year or something like that. So, but still, it's a little bit more than some others. So, all right, that's a win so far, somewhat, for Firefly fans.